Oh, hello guys. Welcome on back. Hold on, I gotta get myself all situated here. Welcome on, welcome on back to the channel. I hope that you're having a lovely one out there today. It is time that I share with you guys my plans for what month is it coming up on? May 2023. And may I introduce you into our album selections for May. Long Song Saturdays, etc., etc., etc. So, all of these have been chosen by you guys, the specifics of which will be mentioned in each of those videos. But for the month of May, I decided instead of doing Long Song Saturdays, I decided to change things up a little bit. I decided to flip the script. I decided to give just a little bit more, just a poke, I guess you could say. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do album Saturdays. I couldn't think of, not necessarily long album, depends, I guess, on the length, whatever. But yeah, we're going to do full albums for each Saturday in the month of May. Hope that that is something that you guys are looking forward to, as well as some other albums that we'll actually be covering just on random days throughout the weeks coming through. So, of course, we'll have the usual variety of stuff thrown in, and I've made sure for May to throw in some variety in there, so that way there's never anything or there's never everything for everyone, but there should be like something for you. Anyway, okay, so for May 6th, for the first Saturday of May, we're doing an album that, yes, was recommended by a few of you, but I actually primarily chose it because I wanted to listen to it. It was something I came across, and I was like, you know, I'm going to listen to this on camera. I'm going to listen to this for the channel. Even though, like I said, some of you did recommend this album anyway. We are going to take a listen to this 1981 album. This is is this their debut album? I can't see that. I don't see that. I just see this 1981. But this album is featuring, just to throw in some names, featuring Ryuichi Sakamoto, Phil Manzanera, Andy McKay. You've got a lineup in here. And we've never listened to this specific person. We're going to listen to Yukihiro Takahashi's 1981 album Neuromantic of Yellow Magic Orchestra. He is, if I remember correctly, the drummer from the band. Yeah, we're going to listen to Neuromantic 1981. I'm going to tell you, I've already recorded this. I've already recorded that reaction for that album. I'm just going to tell you right now, I've already listened to that album like minimum 10 times over. And I'm using a minimum because it's been more than that. Anyway, so that's going to be May 6th. Hope you guys are looking forward to that because that's what's coming up for the first Saturday. Moving into the next Saturday, May 13th, we're going to take a diversion. We've listened to one song from this band, and now we're going to just dive headfirst into their debut album, actually. 1972 debut album, genres covered, hard rock, space rock, proto-metal. The album you guys had told me to basically listen to in two sides. I said I'll do you one better. I'll just do it all in one go, basically. We're going to listen to the 1972 album, self-titled album, I should say, Captain Beyond, from the band of the same name. Many of you guys had recommended me listening to this album, so that's what we're going to do for May 13th, Captain Beyond, self-titled album. Moving on. I said, you know what, let's throw in one of the bigger bands that, you know, we cover here on the channel occasionally. And I haven't covered an album from them in actually quite a while. I've kind of hit, I would say, some of their main ones, but haven't covered the band in a while. So for May 20th, we're going to listen to this band's second studio album, released 1968. Genres are psychedelic rock, experimental rock, and space rock. Like I said, they've got quite a few albums that have made their mark in history, and we're kind of slingshotting our way to the beginning a little bit. We're going to listen to Pink Floyd's A Saucer Full of Secrets. Oh yeah, we're getting back to Pink Floyd. It's been a little bit, you know, we haven't quite hit the mark to make the wall, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll travel backwards before we head forward. So A Saucer Full of Secrets will be May 20th. And then finally, we've covered one song from this band. Yeah, one song from this band. And I wanted to listen to a different album by this band, like personally, but a lot of you said play it safe. Start with this album. So this is going to be the debut album, released 1967, genres blues rock, garage rock, rhythm and blues, and acid rock. This is going to be Captain Beefheart and his magic band with Safe as Milk for the last weekend of May. So I hope that there's something out of those albums you're looking forward to. Maybe you're like, there's nothing there for me. That's okay. One, that's not everything we're doing in the month, unless you want me to just do 4 videos in a month. But just to toss out some other albums that we'll be covering during the month, those albums will be covered whole thing on those days. But I have 4 other albums that we will finish or do the whole album song by song by song during the month of May as well. And then, of course, the usual random stuff that's tossed in there just for fun. So, those albums... I'm not going to tell you what albums they are because that's what I've been doing. I've been telling you like the main stuff, but then I leave a little mystery for the rest of it. So the first, well, one of the albums we'll be covering during the month of May is it's a band we've covered quite a bit. We've hit quite a bit of their albums, but we're going to be looking at their second album, released 1971, genres progressive rock and experimental rock. We've covered one song off of this album before. It's the first song we've already covered, and we'll be just finishing out the rest of it during the month of May. They are a very fun band, I'll tell you that. Always an entertaining listen with them. And then, so we'll put them aside for a moment. We're going to listen to another band. We've covered one album from them in completion, like a full album listen, late last year sometime. And a lot of you guys had said to look either at the album, like one of the albums coming after the one I covered, or go back a step and listen to one like before the album I covered. So we're going to listen to this album, the third studio album by this British new wave band, released, like I said, 1978. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'll give you a hint. I decided to move back instead of forward. If that helps you with anything, I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but that's kind of the fun of it. And then, we're moving on into another album for May. Second studio album from this band as well, released in 1970. We've covered quite a few studio albums from this band, and we've also covered one full solo album from the lead singer. And that ain't no lie. This is labeled as progressive rock, and yeah, I'm excited to get into this one as well. It's gonna be quite good. I guess technically I've covered one song off of this album, but I covered a live performance of it, so I haven't heard the studio cut yet. Just a live performance, so that'd be one of them. And then finally, this was kind of I didn't plan to cover this one, it just kind of happened. This is going to be the first album by this specific band. Never heard a thing by them. Never even heard of them before you guys had mentioned them on the channel, before you guys had recommended a song or two off of this one. But the album cover actually looks kind of cool. Got a little thing going on there. This is, like I said, the first album by this specific band. Their genres are progressive rock, jazz rock, psychedelic rock. It's a little bit of everything. To give you a hint on it, it says that they display progressive jazz fusion style. And the album is technically only 2 songs. You got one song that covers side 1, and the other song covers side 2. So we'll just be kind of listening to that as well. So I think there's a lot... there's going to be a lot of good things coming up here. Those are, like I said, just the albums that are going to be covered, and the Long Song Saturdays, which are going to be full album Saturdays for this month. And like I said, there's some other stuff going on in between that, and around that, and amongst that. So, hope that you guys are excited for what's coming up. You got Yukihiro Takahashi, Captain Beyond, Pink Floyd, and Captain Beefheart and his magic band coming up. Hope there's something for you. Hope there's something to put a smile on your face. Maybe there's not. That's okay. I appreciate you stopping by, stopping in. Better luck next time, young gun. I don't even know what that means. Anyways, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.